Hello everyone and welcome back to Bacon. Also welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon Evermore. We're going to continue on with Chev's route. I keep wanting to call him Rumple. Yes, load please. You will fail, Dare's Tart, because you do not know what it means to be a witch. We feed off negativity and chaos. Love serves us no power. You will see that in time. Must you haunt me even in the day, mother? And I do apologize if there's any kind of sound issues. Normally what I do is I have this room divider up that I kind of cover with a blanket to cover all the little cracks that help to get rid of that echoiness, because I'm not allowed to put up soundproof stuff. I rent a home, so I'm not allowed to put up soundproofing stuff. So the room divider has been working amazing. The problem is that we've been having storms all day, and that can freak out a lot of animals, and I can't close myself off to them because they need me for support. And I'm such a spoiled animal mama that I can't deny them even when I'm trying to do stuff. I can't. If they need me while it's storming, I'm going to give them my attention. And so long as I'm home. When I'm not home, I always end up worrying about them. Because that's the kind of person I am, I guess. I stifle a groan. Every time I close my eyes, I see Mother smirking at me. I pull my hand away from my face and survey the councilmen gathered around the table. All of them are focused on Father. Jurian! I think she looks amazing. Garland! I like Garland, but there's something a little off. It's like they changed his head shape. Not just like some of his features. They seem to have changed his whole head shape. Again, I'm not an artist. Maybe I don't know, maybe I'm seeing things, but yeah, I also kind of don't like this hairstyle for this. He looks too much like some of the other guys and NPCs in this game now. Except for Jurian and Garland, who are looking at me weirdly. I do love her face, though. I love her face. I turn away with a grimace. I cannot let on that I am barely able to keep my eyes open. I hardly slept last night. I also love her armor. If Chevalier hadn't left for the marching before I woke up, he would have noticed something was amiss. Hello, King, who at least is not dead in this one route. I turned to my father, who has been discussing the possibility of increased taxes for over an hour. While I am aware that the increase could benefit palace personnel, I will not raise them unless absolutely necessary. One councilman raises his hand to voice his discontent. He insists that the increase in taxes would help the knights. Jurian scowls. Rest assured, His Majesty amply compensates us for our duty. The councilman looks disgruntled by Jurian's rebuttal. Clearly he was not expecting the commander of the Order of Chaldea to argue against funding. You go, Jurian. Yeah, I was actually thinking about it myself. It's just like, I can't imagine under this guy's rule that the knights are the concern. There's a lot of things going on in town, like homelessness, people who need better pay for jobs to take care of their families. An increase in taxes before you even take care of all of that stuff first is just asking for trouble. But then again, I'm not a politician. I don't know crap. Take my words with all the weight of a grain of salt is what I was about to say. See, I can't even form words right. So, you might not want to take my opinion too seriously. The conversation makes its way around the table until it is my turn to speak. I am not afraid to voice my agreement with my father. Before, I would not have cared about the consequences of raising taxes, but now, after getting to know Angeal's citizens, I understand the ramifications of our actions. But it is as if no one hears my opinion. The counselors do not respond to me at all, instead continuing the conversation as if they had not heard me. It is not unsimilar to a group of adults ignoring a child's commentary. My irritation builds as the counselors continue speaking of their so-called benefits until I pound a fist onto the table. Are you done? Because while you are all clearly having your wallets in mind, I am thinking of the kingdom. A tense silence fills the throne room. My father's surprise is fleeting. He quickly takes charge of the conversation again. I clasp my hands in my lap and flinch when electricity snakes through my fingers. I clench down the magic, trying to quell the pain. I am in control. Luckily, the electricity fades as the meeting comes to a close. And another thing I just thought about that I'm surprised I didn't think about, because I completely forgot that she's having some of these magic issues. with the way that Cinna behaved, and with all the other people who are supposed to be her friends, her support group, the main reason why she's different from Hilda and is not as likely to turn evil, with the way they behaved before, she would be really hesitant to bring up to them that she's having these issues. And then with everything going on with Chev right now, the fact that she already feels like she can't go to him because she would be a burden on him is also causing problems. And that's what I meant before, where like, it's good to think about your partner. It's not good to start thinking of yourself as a burden or that you're an issue or to lose your own self-worth along the path to improvement, because that's not improvement to me. You need to be thinking of yourself as well as the people around you in order to reach proper improvement. And even then, you don't want to put other people above yourself so much that you're sacrificing yourself to a point of constant burnout. You don't even have to put people ahead of you in the first place if you really don't want to. That's entirely your own prerogative. Still, I do not miss the nervous looks the councilmen throw over their shoulders as they exit the room. After they leave, only my father and the two knights remain. And I just kind of feel like she needs people she can feel like she can go to no matter what. And that's supposed to be your friends and family. Your Highness, are you okay? Mama Jurian on the job. I am fine. The words come out sharper than I intended. Why am I so mad? I ball my hands into fists and try again. I am fine. Your eyes are glassy. They are not. This is how I felt when I was first learning to control the Tenebrarum. If I don't manage it properly, the negative emotions stored in it can influence my mood. I have the electricity sparking at my fingertips and sigh. I apologize. I did not intend for that outburst to happen. I promise I am fine. Garland, oh, he does look really cute though with because before he had more of a square jaw and now he's got kind of a strawberry. That's a cute look with the strawberry jaw. Oh, he's so cute. Garland, sweet baby. Man, why can't Jurian and Garland be love interests? It would be really nice if they start adding some female love interests too. Because, I mean, Jurian and Anise alone, you know? Though Emmeline would have been a really cute love interest as well, I think. It's just an idea, guys, if you ever want to go back and update. Garland offers a hesitant smile. If there's ever anything we can do to help, please don't hesitate to call on us, Princess. We may not be advisors, but we'll serve however we can. Jurian nods. I personally think you've been overworking yourself. No, I've just not been able to sleep. There have been certain extenuating circumstances involving the Tenebrarum. My eyes split to my father. I wonder vaguely if he is thinking about my mother's loss of control when he looks at me. I have been working with the witches to resolve the problem, so there is no need for concern. I have faith in you, Lucette, but nonetheless, I echo Jurian and Garland's offer. I hope you will not hesitate to speak with me if you need the help. She feels like if she talks to you, you'll compare her to her mother too much, which means in the last 2 years, I wonder how much your relationship has actually improved. And then Jurian and Garland would be a really good option to go to, but Jurian not so much, because Jurian might take an extreme approach to it, which might not be the best idea. Garland would be a listener, but then would have no clue what to do. And he might go talking to her, who might talk to him, and she would actually keep it to herself, actually, but he might go talking to her about it, and then that would lead to more issues. Or he would be forced to keep a secret from her, which would be troublesome for him, and she might be hesitant to do that right now. So she really just, at this point, I feel like she doesn't have anybody to talk to, so she's alone in a completely different way this time. She should be able to talk to Chev. She should be able to talk to Sinna, but no. I offer a tired, grateful smile. Thank you, Father. You're also going to hear some of that storm I mentioned. It's going to be 100% rain for the entire day. I am actually really surprised the internet has not been going in and out. I've been keeping a monitor on it since I got up this morning. Though we are still in the process of mending our relationship after years of silence, I appreciate that he's actively taking steps to make things right between us. I rise from my seat. If I may be excused, I have an errand to run. After leaving the throne room, I steer myself in the direction of the margin. My tiredness does not excuse me from my obligations. Right now, I have a responsibility to check in with Delora. And she definitely wouldn't feel like she could talk to Delora about crap. Hello? The tavern is eerily silent when I enter. Typically, it is packed with customers at this hour, with the niece calling orders behind the bar. Today, however, the close sign is displayed outside the Marching Tavern's door. They must all be busy. Hello? No one responds to my call, at least not at first. Then I hear the unmistakable sound of sweeping coming from the corridor. Oh no. Did she no- She didn't take the curse off the broom! She didn't take the curse off the broom! I back away at the broom's sudden appearance. Mr. Broom is unfazed. It hops out to greet me with an enviable energy. I hope you do not plan on trying to make me sweep today. You know you do not need my assistance anymore. The broom's only response is to hop toward me again. I groan at its exuberance. Is anyone else here? I know that the broom can understand me, yet it does not give any sign of having heard me. It continues to hop toward me. No, I am not sweeping the floors. I purposely altered Dolores' charm so that the broom could sweep on its own, and yet it still harasses me. There's hardly a speck of dust in here. I falter when I notice the dusty footprints by the doorway. Were my shoes really that dirty? The room is restless. It seems to quiver with anticipation. Yes. Okie dokels. Oh my. I would feel kind of bad to ignore the broom now that it's functionally its own person, so to speak. But we're supposed to be looking for the others. But it's so exciting and cute. We're gonna, I have to know what happens. I have to know what happens. We're sweeping. We're gonna sweep and then we'll go back for the other one. I have a feeling the other one was the right decision though. I hold up my hands defeated. It is an obstinate thing, and it will not desist until I sweep away the dirt I tracked inside. That's true. She also is the one who tracked the dirt inside, so it wouldn't be fair to leave the broom to take care of her own mess. She's also not a customer, so you can't even use that excuse, you know? Fine, but once I sweep up my tracks, you will leave me alone. The broom throws itself into my hands, then it rushes forward, pulling me with it. Like, what's the point if it's just gonna pull you along and not let you use it versus the other way around? Must be lonely. Poor baby. Whoa, not so fast. The broom, of course, does not heed my words. Look at that little... It was just shuffling back and forth. Adorable. My anger soon fades. I blame the nostalgia. It makes my mind stray. Before I know it, I'm remembering the first time I came to the March-In. Back then, I remember thinking that being forced to work here was the hardest thing I'd ever done. Even small chores like sweeping seemed a terrible punishment. I was irritated that Parfait and Delora forced me to work when, in actuality, they were only teaching me how the world worked. You know what? No, I discussed that at length multiple times. I do not agree with that statement, and that's all I'm going to say. We're moving on. And Parfait... I always took her company for granted. Did you really? Did you? I mean, anyway. But now she's gone and she's never coming back. I mean, it's still sad. It's still sad. But not to the extent they're trying to push. I mean, you didn't really know her that well and she wasn't exactly good to you. Oh, what's this? Versus Chevalier. He actually did bond with her, so I can't imagine that he was anything but extremely upset by her death. So if you are sad for him, yes, but there's no need to be sad for you given you barely knew her. If that makes sense. Is that very cold-hearted? Am I being cold-hearted? Oh, what's this? I swivel in place. Chevalier is standing in the doorway, surprise etched onto his face. I realize that though the dust has been cleared away, I am still clutching the broom. It looks like you two are getting along. I peel my hands off the broom with a sigh. The broom attacked me. Ah, and here I thought you looked like you were having fun. You're an idiot, Chev. Moving on. He steps forward and the smile fades. You look lost in thought. Is there something on your mind? I was just remembering the first time I had to sweep with Mr. Broom. Parfait put a ribbon on him because she thought it would somehow make the situation better. That was funny. I will say that when I was reading that, she put a little ribbon on it to make it more personal and more fun and cute. That doesn't help Parfait. That was pretty funny. I note the melancholy in Chevalier's eyes and mentally chastise myself. Didn't we just say that he had a bond with her and that he's probably really, really upset? Come on. Why'd I have to bring up Parfait in front of him? But then again, I might have mentioned it in the exact same way too, so it's not necessarily, you know, entirely her fault. He did ask what she was thinking about, but... And I might not have stopped myself in time to keep from mentioning Parfait either, so... Can't really blame her too hard. I'm sorry. Don't apologize, Lucette. I think Lady Parfait would be happy that we think about her every now and then. Also, that was the right decision? Sweet Mr. Broom. Right decision. Got it. I also think she'd be happy to know that Mr. Broom can evoke such a meaningful memory. Aww. That's kind of cute, actually. What's meaningful? Anise is suddenly standing behind us, a quizzical smile on her face. Oh, Lady Anise. I checked the sound we'd heard outside and discovered the Princess and Mr. Broom. As always, they make the second most perfect duo. Second? Why do you think they make a good duo in the first place, honey? You and I are the first. And why would Lucette want her and Mr. Broom to be the first greatest duet anyway? That seems a little weird. I mean, duo, not duet. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Anise beams at me. I'm going to assume that you aren't here to sweep, but then why are you here, Princess? I came to speak with Delora and Cinna. Ah, Cinnamon and Lady Delora in a meeting with the fairies. They should be back soon, though. If you'd like, I could make you a cup of tea while you wait. I was just going to make some for Chevalier and me. Or perhaps you'd like some hot chocolate, Lucette, with just a pinch of cinnamon? He sets a hand on my shoulder and smiles at me softly. You look like you could use it. My shoulders sag beneath his hand. As always, Chevalier can see right through me. How many times is she going to say that, I wonder? Because I think this is like the second or... definitely the second, but possibly the third time? No, it might have even been more than that. It might be the fourth time, because she said it at the very beginning. She said it during the meeting with the council... Well, after the meeting with the councilman. She said it just now, and I think there might have been a fourth time she mentioned it, too. She's going to keep saying that, isn't she? They really want to push that he knows her extremely well. Some hot chocolate would be nice, thank you. You don't have to say it, you can just show it, you know? I follow them into the reception room. And I have my own hot drink. It's a PSL because I'm a basic white girl. And I'm gonna like my pumpkin spice lattes and you're gonna get over it. I spend the next few hours discussing the day's events. As always, I let my guard down in front of the two of them. They're both excellent listeners. I have a lot to learn from them. Day fades to night, and soon stars blanket the sky. I am considering sending a messenger for Delora when the door opens and the woman in question steps inside. Well, if it isn't my favorite princess. Real quick, even though I feel like she looks a little strange, if Delora had been my mother, I would have been cool with that. Despite how much I really don't like her and I feel like she's a very bad example of kindness and goodness, we now know why she was the way that she was. Like, her whole aesthetic and everything, I would have been happy to be Delora's kid. I really would have. I feel like she, despite everything, would have been a really good mom. Emmeline would be offended. Well, it's a good thing she's not here then. Chevalier smiles at her mischievously. You're just glad she's not here because her innocent, sparkling eyes would break your resolve. Huh, so even the ice-cold Delora has a soft side? Cinna is standing in the doorway, arms crossed. Did you just call me ice-cold, Cinnamon? You don't know what that means. Cinna grumbles as he takes a seat at the settee. Delora watches him, looking exasperated. I wonder if something happened at their meeting. Probably, and I have a feeling Cinna is the problem. Delora sees herself beside Anise and looks at me expectantly. So, what's the news with Lieutenant Brown? Have you noticed any disturbances? Well, I bring up the surge of negative emotions I've been experiencing today. Delora crosses her arms and sighs. Well, if this is still continuing after our training, I feel inclined to call it an imbalance. Or maybe your training isn't as effective as you think. What did I freaking say? She's trying to talk to Delora about something that's very serious, and whether you freaking agree with it or not, you need to take it seriously and not, say, increasing those bad emotions, making her even the slightest bit unstable herself so that she's not able to handle them, maybe? Maybe? Good gravy. Oh, would you like to take over the princess's training? Cinna turns away. Why are you blushing, little boy? Why are you blushing? Cinna, I think the princess has made her case. This is something the two of you need to resolve together. Cinna rises with a scowl. I've said this before. There's nothing to talk about. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other, more pressing matters to attend to. Really? You have more pressing matters to attend to? He's a kid, yeah. But for someone who's in such an important position, he's really allowed to be very immature. Before either of us can get a word in, Cinna leaves the room and slams the door behind him. He needs to have somebody monitoring him. Like, he's the Lucis bearer, but he needs somebody, an adult. If he's not going to behave like an adult, if he's not going to take his position seriously, if he's going to just be this huffy and arrogant, he needs a monitor. He seems troubled. Cinna is too proud for his own good. The more you corner him, the cattier he becomes. It's even worse today because he had to deal with fairies questioning his legitimacy as the Lucis heir. I wonder why they're questioning that. It couldn't have anything to do with his attitude and how he's putting down everyone else, and how the Tenebrarum bearer, who has no question to, whether she's actually the Tenebrarum bearer, he's shoving to the side, ignoring, putting down, making it seem like she's just being crazy. I don't see any reason as to why they need to be questioning it. It's no wonder he feels attacked. But all I want to do is talk to him so we can locate the source of the problem. We know Lucette. He's just an idiot. I'm sorry, Lucette. Other than offering you extra training sessions, there's not much else I can do for you. I think it would be best if you somehow tricked Cinna into a conversation. Otherwise, you'll need to speak to someone who can tell you a little more about the Lucis functions. If Cinna continues to be uncooperative, Wallace and I can reach out to some fairies we know. How about you go ahead and do that? Because trying to manipulate and trick a little kid doesn't 100% sit very well with me. Call me crazy. I feel like Cinna would become even more hostile if I spoke to someone that wasn't him. No, I will find a way to speak with him. That's a good point, actually. I take back what I said. He might become more hostile if you try to go around his back, because that shows even more how little you respect him. Dolores sighs. Good luck. Trying to get Cinna to do anything is like herding cats. Though I do not doubt what Dolores says, I must still try my best to see eye to eye with Cinna. The two of us have an obligation to work together as the Tenebrarum and Lucis bearers. I'll figure out a way to speak to him, somehow. Okay. I'm actually going to, since we discovered that was the correct response, I'm actually going to end things right here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I am Bacon, and this so far has been Cinderella Phenomenon Evermore. We're in Chevalier's route, and I keep wanting to call him Rumple. Oh, I'm just glad I didn't actually call him Rumple this time. I might have actually. I guess we'll find out when I edit. Anyway, if you like the video, feel free to like the video. If you like me, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that lovely stuff, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.